find Yud Zayin. Yud Zayin. Pasuk Yud Zayin parshas. Noach. Anihini maybe es amabul mayim aloretz. I'll bring a mabul mayim. So evidently the word mabul and mayim are not synonymous. Correct? Because otherwise we wouldn't have to qualify that it's mabul mayim. It's a mabul of water. Aloretz l'shachis kol bosor asher b'ruach hayim tzatz hashemayim, to destroy all that has a spirit of life under the heaven. Kol asher b'oretz yikvo, all that what is on the land will perish, will die. Okay? See Rashi. Anihini maybe malhini muchad lehaskim im osam sheziruzuni v'omro lefonei kvar me'enish kisis karenu. It's interesting. This posuk which Rashi brings is brought by Kabbalah Torah. It's not initially by creation. It's a little difficult, right? When HaKadosh wanted to give Torah to Klal Yisrael, which is Teid Hod Chumash Rashi, man is not worth, is so fickle, he's not worth even mentioning. What do you mean, he'll give you Torah to them? But this was a latest, because this was the time of Kabbalah Torah. It's not the time of creation. Hashem created the human being. They didn't say, Ma'anish Kisis Karenu. Why is the human being any worse than any other creation? I'll tell you something interesting. Rashi, last week's parsha, says, every day he created something which represented either the celestial or the terrestrial. So comes Friday, the sixth day, he created something which has both. So the human being, which is min hashamayim, which is the neshama, and the body was min adama. So that's the reason why he said there shouldn't be kinnuv b'ma'aseh bereshis. There shouldn't be jealousy in creation that one day had more than the other, because otherwise it's off, right? So the sixth day had both. So I asked this question many years ago, that the reason why he had to create the human being is because that's the tachlis habriya, that's the purpose. You had to have a creation that has free choice. So that you had to have something, it had to have a spiritual component and a physical component. The physical, as the Ramchal explains, represents the desire that draws the person towards the sin, and the neshama, that's the intellect which draws the person, that's the Yetzer Tov. This is the Ramchal verbatim. So what he's saying, the reason why shall lotatul kinnuv b'ma'aseh bereshis, correct? That's the question I asked. But you have to give me some reason. The reason is you need a human being, otherwise nothing has value. Here's the question. Where's the oxygen? Because the human being cannot live without oxygen. But you realize that the oxygen, the trees, the fish, when there's a certain degree of oxygenation, otherwise they couldn't live in the water. What is that? That's the reason why you have oxygen. The human being is the primary creation, and that's the reason why you have to have a human being, otherwise nothing has value. At the beginning of the Mabul, so Hashem destroyed everything. Everything. So the Midrash says, why are the animals, why did they deserve to be destroyed? So the Midrash says, than what's in Albus too. A king has an only child, a prince. He prepares for the wedding, but right before the chuppah, the prince dies. So the king goes and destroys the whole wedding feast. He says, you already prepared it, let's have it all. He said, everything in my life, in the wedding, it's only for my son. There's no son, there's no feast. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says the whole world is only for the human being. If the human being doesn't deserve to continue, the world has no value to him. So therefore, on Yom HaShishi, the reason is you have to have a human being, because everything has to be in place, because that's what creation is all about. That's not two reasons. That is the reason.
What's the real question?
Rashi cites Chazal. The reason why on the sixth day you had to have a creation that's a composite of physical and spiritual, you shouldn't cause jealousy in creation. You read Rashi. I'll give you the source. They have both. No, they didn't. Like the fourth day was more so Shalom with the luminaries, and nothing with the earth, with this. No, first day wasn't. No, first day wasn't. It says Yor. See, it was neither. It was neither. Yor. It was neither. Rachel he said Shemaim Yisoretz, and he said Yor. Famous Rashi. Hebrew Mavah Sefer, that we know where it is. Or at least. Yeah. Rega b'vakasha. Vayipach Papov. It's Perak Beis, Posuk Vov. Okay, take a look in Rashi. He blew into his nostrils. Also min atachton min el-yoni. He was made from what was blown from what was above. Guf min atachtonim, Rishon min el-yonim. Lefi shebiyom rishon v'nivru shamayim b'oretz. B'sheni bor rakia el-yonim. So the first day was heaven and earth. That's the growth. Second day rakia el-yonim. B'shlishi teirah hayabosh l'tachtonim. B'revi bor moris el-yonim. B'chamishi yishutzu hamayim tachtonim. Huskak, therefore, on the sixth day, livros el-yonim b'tachtonim. B'mavi, because if he wouldn't do that, yeshkina b'masav reishis. Sheyu elu rabim alel b'riyas yom echad. So to balance it out, the sixth day created human being is a composite of both. Okay? Yeah. So my question is that the reason why he created the human being on the sixth day? The human being, that is the purpose, that's the primary. Rabbi Nebachian, he has an introduction, each parshas, he explains, always on a pasuk in Mishlei, that if a person has a house designed by an architect, does the person come to the location before the house is built? So once everything's in place, then you bring the person who commissioned the house. If Adam is the primary creation, when should he come on the scene? When everything's in place. Now you're ready to begin. So that's the reason why. So you need, if he wouldn't have Bechiro, if he'd only be Minel Yonim, he has no value. Even the Tachtonim, he has no value either. So you had to be Tachtonim El Yonim. That was the question I asked many years ago. So what I said was that if the Malachim understood that from the very beginning, why did they always say Manish Kisus Karan at Sinai? They should have said it immediately. So therefore Hashem kept them in the dark. They did not know about Kabbalah Torah until that it was going to be given away until Sinai, which is 2,000 years into creation. They didn't know anything. But Rashi over here in this parasha says, right? Mabul, Hashem says, I'm now ready to agree with the Malachim when they said Manish Kisus Karan. Right? But they never said that initially. That was later. No, so Rashi says over the way consult with the angels. To teach you humility, that even though you have the first and final say, you should consult with lesser people. That's humility. We're in Parshas Noach and Parshas Gracious. We'll talk about Parshas. Take a look in Rashi over these. That's the famous Chazal, Rashi. So you're asking a question on Chazal. It's for us to learn. Hashem didn't have to consult with anybody. Understand? He's the creator. It's from us to learn that even though you're in charge and you could make the decision without anybody, for the sake of humility, the lesser, it doesn't mean you should have to, if they veto it, doesn't mean you can't override them. But the way to present it is, take everybody into account. You think of it. Let us make man. I mean, they're not making man, but he's making man. It's only to consult. That's a display of humility. That's why Hashem did it. So I was thinking, back the whole concept of Yediyah by Hashem. There's no past, there's no present, there's no future. Everything's simultaneous. So therefore, he says, I'm ready to actually, he would destroy them now. Why is he destroying them? He says, I'm ready to agree with what they said, to accept what they said. To Hashem, they already said it. They said it already. Because the future is the present. Factually, in the timeline, it's Sinai. It's HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's Ma'anish Kisas Kren. Not often am saying that. Something better to say. No, you wouldn't need Mashiach. No Mashiach. All humanity would have been, Adam would have been the so-called head honcho. He's the father of humanity. He's the 600,000 was his neshama. That's his neshama broken up. 600,000. Okay, let's see tomorrow.